Hi, welcome to another quick update video on pits. I don't have too much show this time, and I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. Items. I have a little cursor here. This is script on, and when I click, drops items from the sky. And if they fall in the pit, they fall in the pit. This is the easiest way I have to test items. I'm probably going to, in a next video, have, like, bombs dropping from the sky, or, enemies dropping from the sky when I click, because this is just the easy way to test for things that I like. But yeah, they fall, they make the sounds that set on the pit combo, and they're making a fall sprite. I'll show how it's picking that in a moment. They obey pits just like Link does, so they do bounce on that FFC, and they will fall in FFC pits. So they behave exactly like Link into what they regard as a pit. Also, the dragging thing that happens, you'll notice that that's not dragging. That just gets you on. It doesn't slowly slide in, it just falls in. You will notice for one frame you can see it over the pit as it's just yanked it right onto the pit. So yeah, but it works. There's no janky weirdness with being able to like do that and pick stuff up out of the pit. There was. That was the thing I had to fix specifically because ZC. Anyway, aside from that, there's not really much to show in ZC. I did this in a failed take where I got interrupted and had to scrap it. But I can switch the scripts to drop fairies. There's a little something wrong with spawning fairies via script for some reason right now. I don't know why. Regardless, point being, fairies do not fall in pits. Also, I still have this part open, which is, if I hold G and click, then it spawns an item that does not obey gravity. So scripts can set item gravity equals false, and the item will be set not to obey gravity. That's a thing that's existed. Normally what that means is it just won't fall, like inside view, the item can float in the air. But it also affects pits, so items that don't obey gravity, don't fall. Items that do obey gravity, fall right down the pit. Basically the gist of it. Aside from that, let's show ZQuest. What is there new in ZQuest? Keep in mind that everything shown in these pit videos is subject to change, because this is just a work in progress branch, none of this is merged yet. I've changed a couple things here. Hit the button twice. So I changed weapon misc sprite data. That very well may change, either back or to something else. That just made the most sense to change it to. Nothing in the menu has changed, just the name. And that's changed like on the favorite commands as well. Oh, there it is, right there. Didn't even know I had that on my favorite commands. But that's because weapons misc probably would get confusing, considering there's now misc sprites, which is something entirely different. This is where the falling sprite is set. You just, the same as action tab, you just pick a sprite which is from the misc sprite data, formerly weapons misc. And you pick a sprite to be the falling sprite. This is one I created, which is there. It's just tiles I created. By default, that will default to sprite 0, which is wood sword, which won't look good. When we get the default tile set done, it'll probably have that default to proper sprite. New 2.55 tile sets can have that default to a new proper sprite. That's just, it's a thing that didn't exist in previous versions, so it's gonna not look right until you set it. Beyond that, let's just here. So how the falling sprite works, it can be up to 70 frames, which is 7 times 10 here, and NEC set, whatever. If it is less than 70 frames, then it will stay on the last frame until 70 frames is up. I don't know if that's the best way to handle it. I feel like it is. So if you want it to just be blank after that, just include a blank tile at the end and make that part of the animation. And it will stay on that blank tile. Mine here, I have, I actually have 2 blank tiles. So I actually could make this, like that, and it would still work. I did this first and then drew the tiles though, so I didn't know I was going to do that. Either way, there's 2 blank tiles, so it works the same. Just draw some tiles here. This is going to be the default falling sprite for both items and weapons. And maybe enemies at the start as well. Enemies are eventually going to get falling tiles as a new tile thing, but there may be an alpha where this is the only falling sprite for enemies, because I'm trying to get all this done enough that it is stable, and then it's going to get polished and fancy after that. So, for now, this is just the falling sprite shared by all things. Kind of similar to Link to the Past. Link to the Past just had, other than enemies and Link, it had one falling sprite. Some things didn't even have a falling sprite, they just disappeared. Like, if you throw a bomb into a pit in Link to the Past, it doesn't fall, it doesn't make a sound, it just vanishes, and it's weird. I know this because I had to test it to figure out what to do here. So, for now, this is it. There will be more options in the future. And the other thing is, well, you have this whole dialogue here, and it just has one drop down. This is going to have some other stuff in it, also, eventually, not immediately. But the plan going forward is to add a bunch of hard codes to this. So, for instance, shadows, which always uses sprite 50 for the small shadow, can be a drop down. You can pick any sprite for shadow. And these will presumably also be getting script access. Nothing Pit related has script access yet because I haven't touched that. Though I will be doing that, and this will presumably also get script access for a number of things. And you'll just be able to set these to whatever sprite you want and change it via script mid-quest. And that's kind of cool. This took a decent bit of work. I had to make this whole GUI up. I had to debug this GUI for an hour and a half. And I needed to set up the entire system to store this data on the back end, and using the false sprite was easy enough. To add shadow, I need to then dig through everywhere in the source that uses a shadow and change it. So that's gonna be a lot more of an undertaking, and that's not gonna happen this week because I'm going on a vacation this week. So I'm trying to finish this up enough that it can be in an alpha before I leave for the week. And that's basically why I'm trying to hurry. But yeah, I think that's everything I had to show. There's, and it was just using the sound effects here, same as when Link falls. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to show. I'll give a peek into the script in case anyone's curious how awful a script I have here that's cobbled together for this. Here's the FFC platform, it's awful. Just a quick collision function. Here's the mouse cursor, it's 3 lines. Short things here to make it so that it doesn't do it every frame I'm holding click, just each time I click. And the gravity thing, yeah, it's just item gravity equals false, and then it doesn't obey gravity anymore. Yeah. That's what yeah, I think that's everything I had to show. So, see you next time for more pit stuff. More than likely next with weapons. I don't know if I'm going to show it off when I have weapons, because weapons are going to look a lot like items. It's going to be just the same thing. Except I don't remember if I mentioned this already, but the items like arrows and hookshot that don't obey gravity inside view will also not fall down pits, unless you set their gravity to true. And aside from that, I'll probably not make a video on that because that's small enough. I'll probably make a video once I have enemies functioning. So that'll probably be the next thing you see from me. Enemies. I don't look forward to that. Anyway, bye.